Hello everyone, good day. Today, we were going to report the chapter 11.
The air and water pollution. First, we will tackle about the air pollution and health. Sige na. Air pollution is now considered to be the world's largest environmental health threat. An estimated 4.2 million premature deaths globally are linked to ambient air pollution, mainly from heart disease, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, and acute respiratory infection in children. Second is the health effects of air pollution had been subject to intense study in recent years. Exposure to pollutants such as airborne particulate matter and ozone has been associated with increases in mortality and hospital admissions due to respiratory and cardiovascular disease.
So, air pollution and health is Air pollution is considered the largest environmental health. It's because when we breathe, we are breathing the air which is now polluted, which is not good for the health. It can cause this following disease: the heart disease, strokes, the chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, and acute respiratory infections in children, especially to those people who usually weak when it comes to breathing.
Air and water Air and pollution and health aims to develop and evaluate exposure reduction strategies. Second is develop methods to characterize multi-pollutant exposure. Assess health benefits of air pollution reduction policies. Understand individual susceptibility to air pollutants. Access the efficacy of individual level of population level preventive measure.
Okay, now the next topic we have here is air pollution control. So, first, the techniques employed to reduce or eliminate the emission into the atmosphere of substances that can harm the environment or human health. So, we should make a technique to avoid or to enhance the air pollution so that we can control the air that we are breathing. The control of air pollution is one of the principal areas of population control, along with wastewater treatment, solid waste management, and hazardous waste management, which is we should avoid burning some plastics to avoid this air pollution, and we should place the waste properly. Try to directly control pollution through standards on the allowable pollutant contained in the atmosphere, to indirectly regulate it by setting emission standards at individual pollution sources. Third is a very effective way of controlling air pollution is by diluting the air pollutants. Diluting air pollutant is, of course, owing to mixing into the air, separation or accumulation of pollutants occurs on the basis of physical characteristics of the pollutant. Chemical reactions occur breaking down the original pollutant or converting into new compounds. And the last and the best way of reducing the ill effects of air pollution is tree plantation. So we should plant more trees so that we can acquire a carbon dioxide. Plants and trees reduce a large number of pollutants in the air. Ideally, planting trees in areas of high population levels will be extremely effective. So I think that would be all the air pollution control and how we are going to control the air pollutant.
The third topic is the water pollutants. Water pollutants can be classified as organic pollutants, inorganic pollutants, pathogens, suspended solids, nutrients, and agriculture pollutants. Thermal, radioactive, and other pollutants. Organic and organic pollutants are mainly discharged from industrial effluents and sewage into the water bodies. So, the water pollutants is classified into organic pollutants and inorganic pollutants. So, sources of water pollutions is water pollutants are categorized point source or non-point source. So, the point source is the point pollution comes mainly from industrial facilities and municipal wastewater treatment plants. The range of pollutants is vast depending only on what gets thrown down the drain.
And next, we have non-point source. So when we say non-point source, it is the former being identified as all dry weather pollutants that enter water courses through pipes or channels, storm drainage, even though the water may enter water courses by way of pipes or channels is considered non-point source pollution. Other non-point source pollution comes from farm runoff, construction sites, and other land disturbance. So when we say non-point source, it is from the drainage, which is from the pipes or channels or the construction sites that we can see when they are working on a building.
Our fourth topic is the water treatment. So, community water treatment first is drinking water. Supplies in the United States are among the safest in the world. However, even in the US, drinking water sources can become contaminated, causing sickness and disease from waterborne germs such as Cryptosporidium, E. coli, hepatitis A, Giardia intestinalis, and other pathogens. Second is drinking water sources subject to contamination and required appropriate treatment to remove disease-causing agents. Public drinking water system use various methods of water treatment to provide safe drinking water for other communities. Today, the most common step in water treatment used by community water system.
Mainly surface water treatment includes, so this is the last part of my report. Okay, first we have coagulation and flocculation, which is coagulation and flocculation are often the first steps in water treatment. Chemicals with a positive charge are added to the water. The positive charge of these chemicals neutralize the negative charge of dirt and other dissolved particles into water, so they're going to convert the water from the dirt to clean. So when this occurs, the particles bind with the chemicals from larger particles called floc. So second is sedimentation. So during sedimentation, floc settles to the bottom of the water supply due to its weight. So it's depending on the weight of the water. This setting process is called sedimentation. So that was sedimentation, yes. So the third is filtration. So filtrations, once the floc has settled to the bottom of the water supply, the clear water on the top will pass through filters of varying compositions, sand, gravel, and charcoal, and pore size in order to remove dissolved particles such as dust, parasites, bacteria, viruses, and chemicals. So when we say filtration is they're going to filter the sand, the small particles of the water, so that after filtration it is already clean. And last is disinfection. After the water has been filtered, a disinfectant, for example, chlorine, chloramine, may be added in order to kill any remaining parasites. So when we filter the water, it's not all we call this small particles that occurs the water is already removed. There's a little one that still cannot be dissolved. For example, and that's all. They dissolve the parasites, bacteria, viruses, and also to protect the water from germs when it is piped to homes and businesses. Okay, that would be all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.